Deer Cane Black Magic is a premium formulation of our deer cane with the addition of molasses for even greater attracting power. Black Magic powder and liquid requires no mixing and begins instantly attracting deer. Black Magic is enriched with calcium, phosphorus, and sodium to continually contribute to the health of your deer herd. The long-lasting, easy-to-use Black Magic block attracts deer quickly and keeps them coming back for months without maintenance or replenishment. Black Magic Max utilizes our proven-for-decades deer cane formula and combines it with the pungent flavor of berries, increased mineral content, and our patented Glow Coat UV enhancement technology. Help your herd with our line of Black Magic mineral supplements by Evolved Habitats.
Imperial Whitetail Clover is the #1 food plot planting in the world and the standard by which all other food plot products are measured. Imperial Whitetail Clover contains the only clover varieties ever specifically developed for deer. These clover varieties are available only in Whitetail Institute products. Designed for good bottomland soils, Imperial Whitetail Clover is nutrient-rich, providing up to 35% protein year-round and for 3 to 5 years from a single planting. It's also extremely attractive. Imperial Whitetail Clover will draw deer to your property and hold them there, no matter where you live. As a result of the Whitetail Institute's exhaustive scientific research, development, and real-world testing on free-ranging whitetails across North America, Imperial Whitetail Clover can take the cold as far north as Alberta, Canada, as well as the warm, drier climate of the southeastern United States. If your goals are to attract, grow, and hold more and bigger deer, Imperial Whitetail Clover is the real deal.
Some of you might be wondering what trophy rock actually is. Well, simply, it's a salt lick that contains trace minerals essential for herd health. It lasts long in the field. It's also a deer magnet, so when you put it in front of a trail camera, it's a perfect tool for scouting. And most important, it's mined right here in the USA.
Guys, let's talk mock scrapes. Now, mock scrapes can be very effective in many different ways. You can do mock scrapes early season, mid-season, and late season, and when done properly, they can help you produce some giant mega dominant bucks. Now, Nationwide Scents has a mock scrape liquid called Scrape Lure. Now, the great thing about Nationwide Scents is they have their own deer farm with over 500 head of deer, and they got some giant dominant bucks on there, so they collect it from their deer, they bottle it, and then they ship it to you. So literally it goes from their deer to your door. That's how they're able to give you a bigger bottle than the competitors, and then they're able to give you a better product than competitors. This is some of the purest mock scrape liquid that you can buy on the market because it comes from their deer. Okay? Now, if you don't know what mock scrapes are, or if you've seen them but you're not familiar with them, basically there's different kinds of mock scrapes. Okay, you have a community scrape that even does will hit. Does, bucks, mature bucks, immature bucks, they'll all hit this community scrape. That's kind of like the breeding grounds or the meetup of the who's who of your deer woods. Okay, that's what that is for. It just kind of lets other bucks know or other deer know what deer are in that area. That's your community scrape. And then you have your dominant buck scrapes or your buck scrapes. What those are scrapes that deer are making usually around that late October to mid-November range if you're in the Midwest like we are. And that's pretty much marking their territory. You'll see them scrape the ground up. You'll see them rub them glands up on branches on their head that's above them. If you didn't know, they have 2 glands right here. They'll rub their back legs together. They'll pee in it. They'll do all kinds of stuff. That's what's in this scrape lure. It has all kinds of dominant buck scent. Now, why is that beneficial? That's beneficial because during that rut time, bucks are naturally dominant. They're very territorial. So this is going to let other deer know, deer like these guys, these dominant bucks, they're going to let them know, okay, Who's in my area? Why is he here? And I can smell him right now. Let's go find him. Okay, that may present you with a shot of a lifetime that you wouldn't have been able to get if you weren't using a mock scrape setup. Okay, so that's one way that you can use mock scrapes, is you can use it for the dominance factor to help attract dominant deer. And the other way you can use it is you can use it as a tool to see what deer are on your property or what bucks on your property, get them cool velvet pictures. Okay, so you can set up a mock scrape system where you either refresh it once a week or so, once every couple of days. I don't like to go in the woods that much, so I set a dripper up. Okay, you can buy a dripper at almost every single sporting goods store. Fill your dripper up, you hang it over a scrape that's already there, or you can make a scrape, okay? So I'll mess up the ground, get down to that fresh earth, that fresh dirt, okay? You want to make something about as round as a tire, give or take. Pour a little bit of this liquid in there. Then you fill your dripper up. Then you hang your dripper. Make sure you're making your scrape on an overhanging branch or a vine that's in between chin and chest high. So roughly here to here, okay? Hang your dripper up. Set a camera over it about 10 yards away or whatever kind of camera you have. Some you can go further, some you can go less. And then go back and check in about a month. Okay, this will last about a month. So that's a way that you can keep inventory on what deer on your property so you know which target bucks you can go after, okay? Another thing about scrape lure is it works as a cover scent because that buck's nose is plugged up with this liquid from smelling that mock scrape, and now he's busy trying to find where this new deer is, and it'll help cover up some of your odor that you may have picked up on your way to the stand. So check out Scrape Lure by Nationwide Scents. Tell them Alan Bierman sent you.
Our honey hole seed mix was the second seed blend that I developed well over 15 years ago. We talk about it and kind of position it as a hunt plot. There's 5 different varieties of turnips and rape plants in this mix. And really you can plant it spring or fall. If you plant it in the spring, it's going to become more of a late season food source for the deer. And when I say that, more of a December, January, February type food source. This particular plot was planted in July here in western Wisconsin. And we expect to hunt over this. It's going to be a great food source in the month of October, November, December here. As far as throughout the United States, if I was planting this in the Midwest and the Northeast, I'd be looking at primarily planting it. If I wanted as a hunt plot, I would plant it in July or August, perhaps as late as September, but primarily the focus would be July and August planting. If I was planting in the South, I'd probably be looking at planting September or even October. Very important to test your soil like any other food plot. Get that pH up at least above a 6, preferably up to a 7. When you do that, the plants are able to utilize all of the fertilizer that you put on this plot and extract more nutrients out of the soil. So, fantastic hunt plot. It's a member, all of these plants are a member of the Brassica family. Generally people will say that deer will not consume brassicas until the weather gets cold, until we get a frost. That isn't necessarily the case. We've got a couple plants in here that deer will already start consuming right away in August and September. So it can be a pretty nice early season food source to hunt over, but our focus is going to be more November, December, I should say October, November, December here in the Midwest. So we do coat these seeds with our Ultra Coat Orange. That's a special proprietary fertilizer where we basically encapsulate each seed in the Ultra Coat Orange, and as a result we get a much higher percentage of plants that will germinate and grow. So like I said, it's been around for well over 15 years. It's just a phenomenal hunt plot.
Evolved Habitats has a dirty secret to share, and it's covered in sweet molasses. Dirtbag looks like ordinary dirt to the human eye, but patented glow coat technology gives off a visible hue in the UV spectrum, allowing deer to see it. The dried molasses formula appeals to their keen sense of smell and taste buds, attracting more deer in your herd. Enriched with high levels of protein and fat, deer get the sustenance they need for a year-round healthy diet.
Dirt Bag has a color and texture resembling dirt.
With Glow Coat UV enhancement and the aroma of dried molasses, Dirt Bag makes it appealing to deer's eyes and nose.
Dirt Bag looks like dirt, attracts like crazy.